It's Amy Dub, the Keto Queen, and my hacking dog over here. How are you guys doing? We're home and we are making a new dish. It's a new dish night. I am definitely in the mood to make something new, and I think it's going to be delicious. So guys, as you're jumping on, let me know where you're watching from, and what you're doing for dinner tonight is low carb or keto friendly. It doesn't matter if you're brand new to eating low carb, keto, or if you've been doing it for 5 years. Like me, I love this page because we're always looking for something new and different to add to your menu rotation. And we only cook meals that are super easy. So if that sounds good to you, give me some hearts and share this video. Tonight we're making a chicken and a mushroom spinach sauce. So chicken and a mushroom spinach sauce, I know. Ricky said he don't want to be pooping out feathers for the next couple of weeks, but I mean, you can only cook so much pork. So we have our 2 main ingredients ready to go. I've got some mushrooms because it is a mushroom spinach sauce. I took a package of baby Bella mushrooms. You can use the baby Bellas or white mushrooms, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and move these out of the way because we don't want to use them just yet. And the other ingredient that is the main ingredient is also cooked and ready, and it is my chicken. So I've got some thin chicken breast. I cut them thin chicken breast. We just cooked those in the same skillet with some butter, and we salt and peppered them. That's it. So we salt and peppered the chicken. We cooked it all the way, moved it out of the dish over to a plate. And then we used that same butter that was in the skillet to cook our mushrooms. All I did was salt and pepper them. And now we're moving on to the next portion. We're taking 4 tablespoons of butter. So that's a lot of butter, but we're going to make an amazing sauce with it. And we are going to make a spinach mushroom sauce tonight, guys. So as you're jumping on, I'd love to know where you're watching from. And if you've been following my page for a little while, I would love to know it. But if you're new here, I want to see you say new here. So if you've been watching for some time, tell me how long you've been watching. Has it been a year? Has it been 3 years? Has it been 6 months? Like, tell me in the comments how long you've been watching the page. And if you're brand new here, maybe only a week or so, put new. I would love to know who's new and watching. So we've got our melted butter, guys. Now we're going to put some garlic in there. Now, I love fresh garlic. You don't have to use garlic, but I love garlic. It's like when I'm butter and garlic. I mean, butter and garlic make the most awesome seasoning. So I'm using a few cloves of garlic. We're just going to add that straight to this butter. We're going to let it cook just a second to make it really fragrant. And then we're going to add in our next ingredient, which is chicken broth. So we're going to use a ½ cup of chicken broth. And we had 3 fat chicken breasts that I just cut them down into thin breasts. So we have 6 chicken breasts, 6 thin chicken breasts. Oh yeah. You can use as much or as little garlic as you want. I think I used a few cloves, as you can see, but some of them are really small. All right, and now we're just going to toss this around, making sure that garlic cooks but does not burn. Ooh, it smells so yummy. It smells so good. So we use 4 tablespoons of butter. That garlic is already starting to turn, so let's add our next ingredients. I've got a ½ cup of chicken broth. Oh yeah, I need to turn that down just a little bit. And I've got a full cup of heavy cream. ½ cup chicken broth, full cup of heavy cream. We just poured that into the butter. I used 4 tablespoons of butter, and we just cooked up some minced garlic really quickly. Let me move this out of my way. All right, so I would love to know what you guys are cooking tonight. Hey, Phyllis, 1 year. You're so welcome. I love helping you guys. Close to 3 years, another South Jackson neighbor. Yes, Penny, how are you doing? South Jackson neighbor, I love it. So, you know I live in Pinson. Oh my goodness, Charlene's only been watching for a few days. Welcome, welcome. I see Aba. Is that Aba or Abba? 1 year. I'm so sorry. I always know how to pronounce names, but I'm not 100% certain on that one. From Alabama. Hey, Carol. So, guys, let me know where you're watching from. And we are making a chicken and a mushroom spinach sauce. It's a new dish. I have not made this before. And I like to take dishes that we already love and just change them up a little bit. There is something going around Pinterest right now, a lot of spinach, and I love spinach. So I saw this recipe on there, and it had a little bit more ingredients. And I always like to dumb it down. Like, I want to make the most delicious dish with the fewest ingredients. So what I did is took a recipe that sounded really good, but I was like, does it really need this? And does it really need that? So I just kind of really tailored it down to a few things. We've got chicken breast, I'm using thin. We've got mushrooms, I'm using Baby Bella. We've got garlic, heavy cream, chicken broth, butter. Oh, and spinach, because it's a spinach mushroom sauce. So it's super easy. The only seasoning besides the garlic is salt and pepper. That's it. Which reminds me, let's go ahead and salt and pepper this sauce. Now, we've got a half a cup of chicken broth and a full cup of heavy cream, and we're just going to let it simmer until it starts to thicken. It doesn't need to cook very fast, so I really need to turn it down to a very low simmer because my broccoli is cooking. I'm having roasted broccoli. Let me see where it's at over here in the oven. Oh, yeah. It looks delicious. It smells delicious. Now, we took the chicken and the mushrooms away because we're going to add it back to the skillet towards the end. We want to go ahead and let this simmer for a few minutes so that it starts to thicken. Now, you don't want it to be super thick, but look at that. It looks like water still. So when you have heavy cream and heat and you simmer it, it will thicken up. Someone told me yesterday in one of the videos that their sauce the other night did not thicken. When you add chicken broth or beef broth or anything to your heavy cream, it takes longer. So just let it simmer. It may take longer on your stovetop than mine because my eye gets really, really hot. It may take a little longer for yours to simmer, but it will get thick. If you're using heavy cream and the ratio is good. Now, if you have more chicken broth to cream, it may take a long time, but it will thicken. So just let it simmer on medium to high heat, and then you can turn it down as it starts to thicken. We're gonna let this cook just a second. Look at these mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Y'all love mushrooms? Now, somebody's gonna say, Amy, what can I replace with the mushrooms? Nothing. If you don't want mushrooms, just leave them off. You can dice them up really, really small, or you can keep them really big. If you keep them really big, it's gonna season the sauce, but you can pick them out. If you don't wanna try mushrooms, just leave it out and make it a spinach sauce, but the mushrooms just give it a great flavor. Now, I like to cook mine really soft. They're not mushy, but they're really soft, so I don't like crunch into mushrooms. But you can use very little. You don't have to use a lot. I used a full package. I think those little packages at the grocery store are like 8 to 10 ounces, so I just bought one of the little smaller packages. It does sound delicious, doesn't it? Hey, Becky, she's been watching for 1 year. Betty made the Mexican chicken. She said it was so good. I love the Mexican chicken. It is so delicious. Thank you for sharing. Utah, Maryland. So we're actually thinking of Colorado. Jess, I didn't know you lived in Colorado. I don't think I remember that. We love Colorado. Now, I have not explored a lot of Colorado, but we love Estes Park. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely love Estes Park. Love it so much we've gone 3 times because we love the wildlife there. Like, it is so awesome to wake up and have all those deer and all the elk in your yard or up under your porch when you wake up in the morning. And the one place we stayed there 3 times because it was just gorgeous. It was on maybe Fish Bend Road or something like that. Oh, Jess, this place was so awesome. It was a little cabin. I say little, but it had a big bunk room that held a bunch of people. And it had 3 bedrooms and this big bunk room. And I mean, it was nice. We took like 15 people with us all 3 times. And we stayed in this one place. But my bedroom opened up this beautiful window. When you woke up in the morning, this window had the most beautiful mountain in front of it. So it was the most beautiful scenery. I keep saying most beautiful, but guys, it was. If you've never been to Estes Park, that place is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It's known for the Stanley Hotel from the movie The Shining, but the wildlife and the hiking there, oh, I would go back, but I really want to visit other places and experience new things. That's the only reason I won't go back, but I've already gone 3 times. Estes Park, 100% you've got to go if you've never been before. The national park is drop dead gorgeous. The hiking is so easy. I love Estes Park. But anyhow, the reason I brought that up is because Jess is from Colorado. We were looking today about going to see the national park in California possibly, or go to Sedona, Arizona. I've been to Sedona once for a meeting. I was only there for a few days, and I only went to go on one little hike. So if you guys have recommendations, I would love to know. My dad has requested to go somewhere mountainy, so he wants to see mountains. We love national parks, so he hasn't seen Mount Rainier in Washington. I did. So I would love to take him there. But anyway, Dad is requesting a fall trip or some kind of trip in the fall area. It can't be super cold though, so it might be August when we go, or September. But nevertheless, we're looking for something fun to do in the mountains. So I love Colorado. Where else should I go in Colorado? I've gone to Utah. It was drop dead gorgeous. Of course, we go to the mountains in Tennessee all the time. I am just rambling about this trip. I'm excited. So, hey Shelly, how are you guys doing? So I apologize. I got way off subject. We're making a chicken and a mushroom spinach sauce. Chicken and a mushroom spinach sauce. If my dad says right now to book a trip, we are booking it because that means he feels good, and we are booking it, and we are taking advantage of all the time we have together while he fights this cancer. So if he says book it, we are booking it. Yosemite. Okay, so Rochelle, I looked up Yosemite National Park, and it was really, really pretty, but the website didn't give me a whole lot of details. Like, there is a place we can stay close by, and I think we can drive to it's a forest. How do you say it? I don't want to say it wrong. They're going to make fun of me. Sequinal. Lord, I'm embarrassed myself. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a forest with the big trees. It's got like some of the biggest trees in the world. So I think you can drive there if you're going to Yosemite. So anyway, I've gotten way off track. I will go back to these comments later and look and see what suggestions y'all gave me. Okay, it's starting to thick up. Y'all see that? It's starting to thick up just a little bit. So now we're going to add, sorry for that, we're going to add some Parmesan cheese and the spinach. So we're going to do about a half a cup of Parmesan. You can measure this with your heart if you want to. You can put just a little bit and then a little bit more after you taste it. Now we know Parmesan cheese is a little salty, and we already salted the chicken, and we salted the mushrooms, we salted the sauce. So you don't want to go overboard with your Parmesan. And the reason I say that is just because it's salty. But we're going to do about a half cup, and then we're going to stir this up. Oh, I forgot the spinach. So I've got about 2 cups of chopped spinach. I just chopped it up really fine. We're just going to mix that right in there. I still have it on a very low simmer. We're just going to put that. You can put more. You can do more. This is a mushroom spinach sauce, so you can do more or less. Completely up to you guys. The last thing we're going to do is add the chicken and mushrooms back in. So we're just going to stir that Parmesan and the spinach, chopped spinach in here. We're going to taste this in just a second to see if it needs more salt. This is just for me and Ricky. So I'm going to test it with my finger in just a second and to see if I need any more salt or pepper. You also can add more cheese if you want to. You don't even have to add the Parmesan, but I think it's going to make this sauce really tasty. Turn this back on a really low simmer, making a big mess here. Put the rest of this cheese in there. Here we go. All right, Lake Tahoe. I've never gone to Lake Tahoe, Cynthia. I never have, and I've seen some beautiful pictures, but we're going to go like in the fall. So I think like October, August, I think it'll be cold. So I don't know how much recreation we'd get to do. So I'm looking for a place to go fall time. Best Western in Oakhurst. Very reasonably priced. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. It's the trees. Yes, Linda, it's the trees. I don't know how that, Sequoia. I'm gonna have to get on Google and ask it to pronounce it to me. Very close to Yosemite. Okay, so there you go. Me and Mom will get back on the internet tomorrow. Yes, the cheese also thickens. That is a very great point. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because this stovetop gets so hot. It's going to continue to simmer because it's so hot. This is thickening up. Now, if you want to put, once you get that spinach in there, you want to really put it on a very low heat because it's going to thicken and cook your spinach down. That Parmesan cheese definitely does also help thicken the sauce. Let me taste this. Oh, ooh, that is good. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Oh, that is yummy, yummy. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper, and I'm also going to add just a little bit more cheese. That is really good. Now, if you have your own shredded Parmesan, it's always better. I just haven't bought any in a while, and this little tub takes me a long time to use up. So this is just the little shredded Parmesan that's already in a jar, canister. Oh, this looks good. Can y'all see that really good? Give me some hearts if this sounds good, guys, and make sure you share this video. Of course, we're talking about vacations on this one, so I don't know who else gonna be. I don't know who else gonna be interested in that. Okay, let me check on my broccoli real fast, and then what we're gonna do is just put the chicken and the mushrooms right back in the skillet, or you can just put the mushrooms in the skillet, use this as a sauce to pour over your chicken, however you want to do it. Sometimes I love to put the chicken in here, and then other times I really like to see that pretty sauce spread across the meat. So either way you want to do it, it's perfectly fine. Let me check on my broccoli. Oh yes, the broccoli looks fabulous. Frankie, you are bringing all your toys in here. She's got a whole kitchen floor full of toys. All right, we have got the broccoli done. It's in the oven just browning perfectly. We're just roasting some broccoli. I really don't know for sure if I'm gonna thicken this up a little bit more though. No, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna add the mushrooms back in. Yes, oh my goodness, this is gonna be so good. Frankie, you're sitting on my feet. What you doing down there, girl? What you doing? I don't know if you like mushrooms. All right, we're gonna add the mushrooms in now. Oh, this looks so yummy. All right, guys, I am so glad you're here. And if you are new to my page, I'm glad you're here. And I hope you enjoy all the cooking. And I hope you also enjoy all the encouragement and the fun that we bring from our family. And if you've been here, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you still watching. Still watching. That means you must be motivated. You must be encouraged. You must be inspired. And that makes me feel so good. I'm glad it's not all new people because I want to make sure that what I'm doing is actually helping. So thank you guys for always following, and always please share these videos so we can show people how super easy it is to cook amazing meals like this. So we're now going to add that chicken in here. Oh my goodness, this just looks so yummy. I love some good food. I mean, look how pretty this is. I gotta take a picture of it just like this. And then we'll toss the chicken around in the sauce, but that just looks fabulous just like it is. Yes, we got thin chicken, and we're just gonna toss it in this sauce. Whoops. We could put that chicken seasoning in there, but we already got enough chicken broth. I mean, look at this. It looks delicious. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off and clean up this mess, toss it around, and fix our plates. I hope you have a great night. If I can help you with anything, just make sure you reach out to me. So excited to share this page with you guys. Thank you, Linda. I sure appreciate that. You guys are awesome. And please, yes, keep praying for my dad. And yes, if you have vacation ideas that we could take my dad to somewhere mountainy around the fall area, send me a private message. I would love to know where you visited that you would absolutely take your family, because that's what I'm looking forward to doing. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off and I will see you all later. Bye.